gap. So what exactly is the communication gap? So communication gap. All right, and the communication gap. Okay, the communication gap has to do with, okay, the difference between the delivery of the service and what was communicated to the customer. Okay, so difference between delivery of the service. So delivery of the service and what was communicated to the customer. All right, so that is your communication gap. All right, now when it comes to your communication gap, let's say, for example, going back to your example of telecommunication company. Okay, let's just say um, the marketing team does a good job in promoting their product. In this case, let's say your service plan for your phone, and they do offer efficient and prompt customer support. However, the customer support team does not deliver on that promise. Okay, let's say they take more than an hour to respond to your call or your chat message or even your email. Okay, so this has to do with your communication gap. Okay, so communication gap. Now, apart from communication gap, you also have your delivery gap. So, what exactly is your delivery gap? So, this is the difference between service standards and policies and the actual delivery of the service. Okay, so difference between service standards and policies. Service standards and policies plus actual delivery of the service. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your delivery gap, all right, what you're basically trying to figure out, okay, is the difference between what these service standards are. So going back to your example of your telecommunication company, let's say the service standards as per the matrix, okay, set by the management, are to answer the phone within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so the customer wait time is less and the company does not lose a customer. Okay. However, okay, let's just say they train their employees and they tell the employees, okay, that they should be as fast as possible when answering the phone calls. Okay, make sure the whole time is less. Okay, but they're not specific enough. Okay, let's just say they're not specific enough. They do not train their employees in a way where they train their employees to answer the calls within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so in this case, they're not specific enough, as a result of which, okay, there is a gap between, okay, what the standards and policies are and the actual delivery of the service. Okay, so the standards and policies are to answer the phone call as quickly as possible. However, it's not specific enough. It doesn't tell you how fast. It doesn't tell you within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes, within 15 minutes. The employees weren't trained that way. okay, and the matrix wasn't set. As a result of which, what's going to end up happening is, okay, the support team will not know how long they should take to answer the phone calls, as a result of which they may end up taking um, more than 20 minutes, more than half an hour to answer a phone call. Okay, so they may take their time to write their notes, okay, to get the system updated from their end, okay, and they may take a long time to answer the next call, as a result of which the customer wait time on the other side is very high. All right, so apart from that, you also have your customer gap. So what exactly is your customer gap? So the customer gap is the difference between customers' expectations of the service and their perception of the experience. So this is your customer gap. Okay, in an ideal world, the expectations would be nearly identical to their perception. So what does it mean? Okay, so this is the difference between what the customer expects, okay, and how they perceive the experience itself. All right, so um, let's say the customer expects um, okay, their luggage in the airline to be delivered promptly and safely without any damage. Okay, however, it turns out uh, that the luggage may have been delivered, okay, with some damage, okay, on the cargo bags, okay, as a result of which uh, the customer now perceives, okay, that anytime they carry their luggage bags, okay, or anytime they um, carry their luggage bags while they're traveling, okay, what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up damaging the bags, okay, because they've got no control over it. Okay, so that's the difference between, okay, what the customer expects, okay, and the perception of the experience itself. All right, so in an ideal world, the expectations, okay, would be identical to their perception, but perception is different from person to person. Okay, it may be different from um, okay, one event to the other. Okay, as a result of which, because of this variability, okay, there will be a gap between what the customer expects, their expectations, and their perception of the experience. All right, so that would be your customer gap. Okay, that would be it when it comes to this video. On behalf of V Electronics, this is Ubaid. Have yourself a great day.